Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast, a weekly show where two old guys talk about old games. I'm your bearded host, Tyler, and back in college, I had my best friend's girlfriend give me a bath. I've relayed this story to you, but I feel like it needs to be spread to the masses.
I think you're right.
We were hanging out, I believe it was summer break, in my apartment where I went to college, and I'd probably been on a Final Fantasy XI binge, so I didn't have to go to class.
I like to think you went to college in your apartment.
Well, I did sort of now and then, but I Final Fantasy XI 3 or 4 days straight. Probably hadn't showered or just been eating like bagel bites and Gatorade and sweet tea for like days on end. So yeah, I was pretty fat. So that's another story. It's another fat story. But they wanted me to go somewhere, and I don't know. I feel like being a dick. And just like, oh, I guess if you want me to go, you gotta take me. I just went limp. So they were having to try to
your body,
my whole body. I just went limp, dead weight.
Not just your dick.
Not just my dick. My dick just went limp. Like, sorry, fuckers, no party for you.
I don't go anywhere unless I'm rock hard.
But I went completely limp. Of course, fat. They couldn't really maneuver me very well, and they had me, halfway across the room before it was just like, guys, I gotta have a bath before I go anywhere. So like a beached whale, they roll me into my bathroom. Of Uniracers fame, Josh Nance. It's his girl. It's his girlfriend, not the one he married. Married the girl who didn't give me a bath.
What?
She strips me off, rolls me into the bathtub, and proceeds to give me a bath with like a red cup. I just drape a washcloth over my genitals. Mm-hmm. And she washes my fat body while Meg, who became my wife, and Josh sit in the living room just giggling about why the hell is your girlfriend giving Tyler a bath?
Meg's 246.
Meg's 246. Love her NCIS fanfiction. It's all. Girl gave me a bath in a very awkward situation.
I wish I had a story that related, but I don't. The only bath story I can think of. Before I get to that, I'm your bespectacled host, Dave. Nice. And I remember as a kid finding a Winnie the Pooh toy. It was a bath toy. And I found it, I can't remember where I found it. I think in a parking lot or something. Something that I never should have ever picked up.
It's the best place to get bath toys.
It's very odd that my mother let me keep this. I remember getting to the bath with it and being horrified because apparently there was some like caked dirt or something inside it. And it was, as soon as I put Winnie Pooh in the tub, it started leaking these like shit-colored fish flakes into the water.
It's like Pooh was shitting in your bath water.
And let me tell you, that's traumatizing to a 6-year-old boy.
I've got another bath time story in response. I don't know if I want to save it or go on.
Let's save it.
Let's not keep relating bath time stories.
Tyler and Dave talk about baths. A solid 53 minutes. What we do on this show is we're playing our way through IGN's top 100 Super Nintendo games and musing about our experiences right here. This week, we're talking about IGN's 82nd ranked Super Nintendo game, Killer Instinct. Mm-hmm. Before we get into that, Tyler, you want to tell me what you've been playing?
I've had a pretty good week.
Pretty good 2 weeks.
Pretty good 2 weeks since we did a surplus of shows and then had other shit to do. But it's been a pretty good 2 weeks.
Through the magic of podcasting, the listeners have no idea.
Exactly, like Doctor Who and this shit. Just you guys don't know. You just get the shows. But I beat after about 100 hours of playtime. I finished single player Borderlands 2.
Jesus, that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Very, very good experience. Can't recommend it enough. Everyone should play it. Multiplayer, especially, but single player is very good.
Worth the 100 hours. You don't feel as if any of those hours were wasted.
Nope.
That's good.
I wasn't dragging myself through it at any point. It wasn't a Spirit Tracks kind of experience. Yeah. And then I got all 6 endings on 999, which also fantastic. It's a great story, and you get really attached to all of the characters, finding out who they are and their stories, why they're there, their personalities.
Even the bitchy, big-breasted one.
She's the least developed character, and why she's there makes the least sense out of all the other 9 stars. But yeah, I even got to like Lotus a little bit more. I wanted to start Miles Edgeworth 2, which I love the Phoenix Wright series. I love Miles Edgeworth's standalone game. They came out with the second one, and they're not localizing it to the United States, which sucks. I know there's a very dedicated fan translation coming out. It probably won't be available until they started 2 years ago, and it might be out this Christmas, or part of it might be released.
Yeah.
But at one point I had found someone who translated just the script. So I have the game, because it's in Japanese. I don't know any Japanese, especially reading Japanese. I know how to say hamburger from my Japanese culture class.
Very important.
But I cannot find the translation page anymore. I've since lost it. And if anybody out there listening takes pity on me and has stronger Google foo than I do, it's sending me a translation so I can start that game is worth a lot of TADPOG points.
We haven't given out TADPOG points in a while.
Yeah, I will go into my personal vault of TADPOG points and just dish it out. You'll be able to swim in those like you're Scrooge McDuck.
I can't get the image of Japanese fishermen casting nets into the water and pulling up hamburgers. The whole time you were talking, I was barely paying attention. I was just thinking about hamburgers coming out of the sea.
Hamburgers. What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter 2. and you know why.
There's a good story behind that.
I need to thank you once again, you and Meg, for coming to Nashville with me in a truck to get these 2 arcade cabinets that I'm looking at right now.
They're glorious.
I'm going to refurbish the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, but I've also been playing a shitload of it. Not only that, had 2 weeks, so I finished Far Cry 3.
Yeah, I was there for that. It was nice.
And I'm on Chapter 2 of Final Fantasy Dimensions. Still good. It's still good.
I will look into that game eventually, once I can pry the iPad away from Meg. She's always on it playing Candy Crush Saga, so I can get logged in to play Final Fantasy Dimensions. Real quick, we'll do Tyler's audiobook corner.
Okay.
Because I finished Red Country.
Right. I noticed you recommended it to me on Goodreads.
Because I've never seen the option before pop up. Which of your friends would like this? Dave. I think Dave, maybe Blake, but I'm not going to recommend anything to Ultimate Hill Blake Woods. Dave, Red Country.
Is it better than the cover? I saw the cover and I was like, I don't know. This looks like Revolutionary War.
There are no guns.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's just the medieval world slowly evolving into the Western genre.
Okay.
But it hasn't quite hit that. But it's good.
Okay.
You have to read the others to really get the full impact. Because a character from
Blue Country and Green Country?
Blue Country, Green Country, Chartreuse Country. I'm out of colors. And then I just started the beginning of Exploring Diabetes with Owls by David Sedaris. And I love all of his books so much. Especially the audiobook versions because he reads them and it's just him telling all his fucked up family stories. And it's amazing.
How far are you?
About 10 minutes.
Okay. I was about to ask how it compares to
So I can't tell you
Denim
yet.
and Corduroy.
Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim.
Corduroy and Denim?
I think it's Corduroy and Denim. And Me Talk Pretty One Day are probably his best. Although Naked, Barrel Fever, Holidays on Ice, all
When you're
all
engulfed in
good.
flame.
When You're Engulfed in Flames, all good. You can't go wrong with David Sedaris nonfiction. Not a
So-
big fan of his fiction, but love his nonfiction.
I'm going to issue a challenge for you to segue David Sedaris into Killer Instinct. Go.
David Sedaris is a lot like
Fulgore.
the android produced by Ultratech. When the whole time I was playing, I was like, God, this motherfucker fights just like David Sedaris.
Fulgore spent a lot of time in France with his boyfriend.
But yeah, Killer Instinct. We'll jump right in.
All right, let's jump.
I played a lot of Killer Instinct when I was young.
Yeah.
Because my friend Ashley Shake, he had Killer Instinct. He was great at it. He was, for the most part, he was better at a lot of games than I am.
But you didn't even own this game.
I did not. Yeah, it explains I did not even own this game. He was fantastic with Cinder and Orchid, and would beat the shit out of me every time we played it with those two characters. And I played a lot of the arcade. They had the arcade at our local, the Pocket Change arcade in our local mall, and I played a lot of it there.
I remember the arcade game being amazing.
It was very, very good.
Amazing.
The animated segues, like the graphics, the music.
The FMVs, yeah.
So it was good in the arcade.
It was
Great in the arcade.
Great in the arcade.
It's okay in the port.
It is. I think it's okay. I would like to actually, when you mentioned port, we skipped a segment that I know everyone loves called Dave Reads from Wikipedia.
Okay, yeah.
You're
right.
Talks about the port a little bit.
We should definitely start with Dave Reads Wikipedia.
Okay. It's short, and then we get right back into it. Killer Instinct, guys. It's a fighting game developed by Rare. We haven't talked about Rare yet, so you know what that means for later.
So it's surprising because Rare could do no fucking wrong in the Super Nintendo era.
So it was developed by Rare and published by Midway and Nintendo. It was released as an arcade game, the one that you remember fondly from Pocket Change, in 1994, and then ported to the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy in 1995.
I remember David Dacus had the Game Boy version. I don't remember it being great.
I can't imagine it was even good.
I know they cut characters from it to make it work.
Classic portable move. I remember Mortal Kombat for the Game Gear didn't have Kano, and they flip-flopped because in the Game Boy it had Kano but didn't have someone else. I didn't have the Game Boy version, so I don't know.
I'm gonna assume Sonya Blade because Kano goes with Sonya Blade like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe it was Sonya Blade.
So probably wrong, but that's just gonna assume. But yeah, the Game Boy port kind of reminds me of like the movie Multiplicity, where if you port a port, it's only gonna get worse. So to bring up some Michael Keaton,
It's a port of a port. It's a port.
You use the portable port just like entertain the kids, just to have it. We might make it $5 off of it.
Can we do a special episode on every game that's come out based on a movie that Michael Keaton was in?
Yep. And I think that is ripe for us to make the Jack Frost RPG.
So
add it to the list.
Captain Ron, Jack Frost,
Jacob Fights Wolves.
All in one.
That doesn't like one epic it's like Chrono Trigger. You get the 3-person party of Captain Ron, Jack Frost, and Jacob.
I'm thinking you're on a spaceship and you go from world to world, and each planet is themed. You have Wolf World, where it's just all wolves except for Jacob, who lives on a mountain and comes down once a year to fight them.
Now it sounds like a tower defense game where Jacob repelling wolves from his mountain.
Man, we got off the rails. I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about.
Port of a port.
Port of a port. Yeah, the Super Nintendo version's kind of different than the arcade version.
I imagine you have to scale it down from what it was at an arcade, and they did it sufficiently, but it certainly lost. I think it lost the wow factor in translation.
I remember playing this at a friend's house in middle school. I remember being disappointed when we first turned it on, but after that, I kind of got over it and kind of got adjusted to the reality of the Super Nintendo's capabilities. Because I fully expected that we were going to put this black cartridge. I mean, it's a black cartridge, so it's probably better.
Max and Carlin surely taught us that it's amazing when you get color cartridges.
That's right. So yeah, I remember putting it in and turning it on, and I was like, wait, they're not moving around. They're not, what?
Why aren't orchids weird elf boobs bouncing up and down?
Right?
I guess I never really realized it when I was playing it and I was young, but playing it now, after going through IGN's Top 100, Killer Instinct it reminds me just of a mashup of the other popular fighting games of the era.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot from Street Fighter and from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And just kind of, it's a workable mashup.
Uh-huh.
There's certainly nothing like it. It's not like Shaq Fu or anything. It certainly works. It plays
it's horrible,
well.
It's saying.
Just an abortion of a game.
Pales in comparison to Shaq Fu.
Some of the comparisons that I remember that I thought of as we played through. Of course, the system, the story mode takes Mortal Kombat's ladder of just showing the picture and you moving up the ladder. Mm-hmm. Jago, the ninja, has a very similar moveset to Ryu and Ken. Like it's almost, if you're good with Ryu and Ken, you play Killer Instinct. You're gonna be pretty good with Jago.
Okay.
It translates. Combo is very much Balrog and Jax. Like I guess fighters in the 90s, they had to have their Black Patriot boxer.
Right.
Had to have that character. There's no way we're not going to have
the
Black
top of
Patriot
the
boxer.
Right below Black Patriot Boxer is stereotypical Native American.
Yeah, yep. Because there's Thunder, who reminds me very much of T-Hawk.
Who reminds us of Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
Who reminds us of the albino in Sunset Riders. Paco Loco.
Hey, I would not remember that. Orchid reminds me of Chun-Li and Sonya Blade. Just the thin, cute, quick character.
The girl. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
Number 3 on the list, girl.
'Cause I don't think there really have been a whole lot of female characters to break that mold, except for the only thing one comes to mind is Armika from later on in the Street Fighter series, the female Zangief.
Let's call a spade a spade. You're saying there's no ugly women in fighting games?
No, not really.
You'd think there would be
Or burly girls.
a lot of ugly, just people in general in fighting games. You go through 5 generations of Street Fighter. Their faces are probably going to look a lot more like Super Tennis portraits than they're going to look like they did when they first
Molded
appeared.
from wet clay and then just smacked. Only Zangief has scars and bruises, from wrestling bears. Everybody else is good.
So we've got patriotic black boxer. Sorry.
Yeah, gotta be a boxer.
Stereotypical Native American girl.
Which I guess girls just have a natural bonus to dexterity because they're pretty much all fast.
What I remembered about Orchid as a kid, well, there's 2 things. She has lightsaber.
3 things. 4 things.
5 things. She has lightsaber batons that she hits her butt with.
Yep.
And one of her finishers, you probably know this because knowing Shake, he probably performed this finisher on you, where she flashes her opponent and their eyes bug out of their face and then they die.
Yep. I remember having the weirdest boner about Orchid when I was young. Orchid and...
Nothing weird about that. Nothing weird about death titties.
Nothing weird. Riding in the sky. Nothing weird about death titties. David Moore.
TADPOG shirt?
Yep.
Nothing weird about death titties. To all our female listeners.
All 2 of you.
All 2 of you.
That we're married to. We're very sorry.
I'd like to say I'm sorry for... I know death titties are a very well guarded secret in the female community. I know.
How do you know about death titties?
The assassins come through the window as we speak. They're going to pull their shirts over their heads. Do not look at them. So, robot.
Yeah, that's true.
Robot, number 4.
Huge robot.
For fighting game tropes. Character tropes.
That carries over into Tekken. Yeah, all these carry over into Tekken. So I guess we can add that to the list of things.
Yeah, I try to forget about Tekken.
See, I like Tekken just because I'm not very good at complicated special moves. But Tekken is more of a mix of the different strengths, punches, and kicks, which I was a lot better at. So I was always a fan of, especially Tekken Ball and Tekken 2. Brandon Eves and I would stay up all night long.
Playing Tekken Ball.
Multiple nights playing Tekken Ball. I playing as Jack and he playing as Law. And we just watched the sunrise playing Tekken Ball. And I heard it made its comeback on the latest Tekken on the Wii U, but I'm not going to see that.
Just wait till the Wii U's $130.
Yep, after either Nintendo crashes and Apple buys them up, or the next Wii system's out and Wii U bottom of the barrel.
Apple Vegematic, dog. I'm calling it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right, so going back to similarities. Killer Instinct has their version of fatalities.
Right.
With each character, and then their sort of bibality friendship equivalent, which is humiliation.
Right.
The sort of the goofy ending.
Make your defeated opponent dance
Make
for
him
you.
Dance. All silly like. It doesn't stand out in any particularly special way than any of the other fighters. It just kind of borrows a lot of stuff from other fighters. Maybe except for the combo system.
It's heavy. Yeah, the combo system pretty much is the game. I mean, it all revolves around that. And if you're not into combo heavy fighters, you probably haven't played one in a while. Because they all kind of went to that model. But you also probably wouldn't like Killer Instinct if you don't like combos, because it is all about it.
You can't do much if you're not great at combos. And I had trouble with them, but when I managed to do them, that's the high point of the game. Is the combos are very fluid and they're very fulfilling to do. Like, it feels good just to unleash this rapid, fluid, smooth barrage of hits, and then you get your reward of a guy's deep voice giving some kind of adjective to the experience. Super, ultra, great. But overall, as we started to play, one of the first things that's kind of came to me as we were playing is it felt sparse. The levels just felt like there wasn't a lot there. Just, the bland ladder system.
Right.
Every level was kind of zoomed out. You just have just bar, health, name.
Yeah.
And there wasn't just the only thing that broke it up was the combos. There wasn't like any meter, no tag, no just very kind of bare bones.
Yeah, it's true. And I think a lot of that has to do with them having to make accommodations for this going on the Super Nintendo. It was, we talked about this, I think. It was originally intended to be a Nintendo 64 game.
That makes more sense.
It was even advertised when I think when the arcade stand-up came out, it was advertised, or there was some kind of Ultra 64 connection, because that's what they were calling Nintendo 64 at the time.
I like that a lot more.
Yeah, and Ultra 64.
See, it would have been a perfect tie-in.
I know.
I missed out.
For some reason, I don't know why it didn't come out on the N64. It came out on the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy instead.
I don't want to feel like I'm immediately shitting on Killer Instinct,
Right?
Because I'm not.
No, we've seen that.
Yeah, I'm not screaming multiple fucks.
We've listed the stereotypical characters that this game has, but it also has some pretty atypical characters, like a werewolf.
I like Saberwolf. Saberwolf is one of my Baron von Saberwolf. I think his full title.
A werewolf has been done before in Darkstalkers, but not often.
I'm drawing a blank. I have no knowledge of this game whatsoever.
It was a Capcom fighter. Came out before X-Men Children of the Atom.
Okay. I've seen it in passing, like on Reddit, people talking about it, but I like Cinder and Glacius.
Yeah.
Which they seem like the fire character and the ice character, although they weren't related at all.
Right.
I think Glacius was an alien.
Yeah.
And Cinder was some kind of experiment by Ultratech on a criminal.
Right.
Everyone liked Cinder. I immediately well, I like Glacius. Glacius is one of my favorite characters. It was just a pity. It was just a pity,
Being a contrarian.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, well look, this guy's ice. He's got just like frost on his face.
I didn't like either of them. I liked Spinal.
That's where we differ dramatically. Spinal was the character I did not like playing it.
Well,
Played
okay.
as.
Let me rephrase this. I have this thing with every fighting game. There's a character that I'm kind of good at, and then there's a character that I really like, and I wish I was good with. Spinal's that for me. I wish. Oh, he's a skeleton. He's got a sword
And a shield. And
Tyler, it doesn't get any better than that.
no better.
Immune to death titties? Well, not really. He's not
Yeah,
really.
he doesn't have any eyes to bug out, but yeah, he's not just immune.
Yeah.
He doesn't he does it to him, and he just looks down at his crotch and looks up at his eyes like,
He cries.
Is it working late?
He does a Charlie Brown walk up the screen.
So I would appreciate that a lot.
There's a raptor human hybrid.
Riptor.
Some TGRI going on.
He drank it all.
They're babies!
I feel like Orchid being the I guess the stereotypical girl in a fighting game, but I also feel like she's pretty OP.
Yeah.
Orchid and Fulgore. I felt
Fulgore.
like
Yeah.
pretty and they were opposite ends of the spectrum.
But definitely Orchid.
Yeah, no doubt Orchid.
Orchid is out of control powerful. That's the character that I'm quote unquote good with. I'm not good at this game.
Nor am I.
I am not good at this game. I wasn't good at it in the arcade, even though I would pump quarters into it because it looked pretty. And death titties, come on.
I pump quarters into a lot of things that I think are pretty.
That's what you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Orchid is probably... I'm sure she's the noob character. She's the character that pretty much anyone can pick up and do okay with versus someone
Another
who
good
knows
fighting
what they're
game trope,
doing.
yeah.
So Ultra Tech. You mentioned Ultra Tech.
Yeah.
What kind of... Do we even know what Ultra Tech does besides...
Fuck shit up.
Right?
I'm going to go out on a limb.
That's their motto. The Ultra Tech logo right below it. Fucking shit up since 1925.
Ultra Tech, depending on who you pick, world's probably going to end. Because I'm going to go off on a limb and say something that'll probably bring a lot of other thoughts to your head. But I think Ultra Tech is probably the worst / evil of the evil video game corporations. Because they do, all their experiments are fucked up.
Yeah, they
and
are.
like lead to world-ending consequences, and they just keep doing them.
Yeah.
But they're always really weird out there. I mean, what's your focus here, Ultra Tech?
It's like if a 14-year-old boy ran the most powerful scientific corporation in the world. I just imagine... What do you think a raptor human would look like? It's like Joffrey.
If Joffrey owned a modern
Game of
day
Thrones,
evil
of course.
corporations,
What? Make that happen.
we want the Joffrey Sim modern evil corporation, because like Shinra's pretty evil, but they had a focus. Rufus wasn't that bad of a guy. Then you've got
Umbrella.
Okay, Umbrella's pretty bad. I think Umbrella's a pretty tight rival to Ultra Tech. You got Black Mesa.
They hold their company picnics on the same day every year. Sorry, Black Mesa.
Black Mesa from the Half-Life series. They did a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Other evil video game corporations. So I remember reading an article about this, like the top 10 worst video game corporations.
Electronic Arts.
Nice dig. Nice.
Yeah, got him.
Got this fucking good. I guess I wouldn't initially call the Empire from Final Fantasy VI an evil corporation.
Although they are manufacturing Magicite, but not selling retail, so.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting show ever.
So vote on our Facebook group who you think is the most evil / worst video game corporation of all time and why.
I like that. I'll do a poll. I'll start with the ones that you've mentioned, and I have the option if anyone wants to add an evil corporation, you can.
Pretty good. I think that'll be fun. I feel like the graphics, Killer Instinct, pretty great in the time. Doesn't hold up very well. Because I can think of older fighters than 1994, who's like Street Fighter 2. I feel like those hold up a lot better.
It's because of I'm glad you brought this up, because I was thinking about this earlier today, is that the reason I like Capcom fighters so much is their art direction. Every single one of them. I've been playing Street Fighter 2. It doesn't look fantastic, but it just feels kind of timeless.
Absolutely.
Because of the art direction. It's drawn well and translated well into a video game, whereas they weren't really pushing the envelope with like 3D technology or anything like that. I think that's really where stuff kind of starts to come apart at the seams later on.
Killer Instinct just looks kind of like a little like just pixels that are out there.
Yeah.
There's not, I guess maybe they're trying to use what they could to make it look realistic, and stuff that looks realistic just doesn't stand up because it's only going to improve.
Right.
Stuff that's, cartoony and bright and just has good art.
Doesn't change much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's high definition versions of that now, but beyond that, the actual art itself is pretty much the same.
The music I felt was pretty strong. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed the heavy metal, the everything about music. Probably one of the higher points for Killer Instinct.
I like the music. I like the killer tracks that came out with the game,
Nice.
which was a CD of the game's music, which I never had because I didn't own the game, but maybe one day. I wonder how much that goes for on eBay.
You had unwrapped, yeah.
In the plastic.
I imagine, pretty. I'd say at least $80. I'm gonna spitball it, $80.
We could find out right now if you want.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
All right.
We'll leave it. I just want to guess. Just $80.
Leave that dangling.
We'll leave it.
Oh,
yeah.
it's going to bother the shit out of me. All right.
You can look it up now for your own
All right.
knowledge.
No,
Just
no,
don't
no.
tell me.
It's okay.
But one of my notes here, because when I was talking about Cinder and Glacius just
Yeah.
being the different elements, just immediately made me think, because we discussed Facebook quizzes a lot this week.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I like Glacius because I've taken a lot of what element are you Facebook quizzes.
Have you?
A lot, yeah.
Have you taken the which Killer Instinct character are you?
We need to make that one. We'll make that one if we do.
Have you been experimented on after being released from prison by an evil corporation? Yes.
The boss, we'll throw back to that real quick. The boss, Idol, that's one of the more fucked up Ultratech experiments. Because they, folded 2 dimensions together and released a interdimensional being that had been locked away. And they just bring him out, let him fight in their tournament to rule the world.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, guy with 2 heads. Hey, Super Etten.
Welcome to Earth.
And then Idol has, I don't know which version you can play Idol in and beat him, but Idol's ending, pretty damn amusing. All the others are pretty grim, serious. All the other, I guess Spinals is kind of fucked up because he wants to be an actor.
Right.
The skeleton just wants to be an actor.
And that works.
But Idol, it's making fun of, I didn't know about it until you showed it to me, the end, Blanca's ending in Super Street Fighter 2, in which case, and his mom comes back.
Yeah, Blanca's mom shows up and says, "You're my long-lost son, Jimmy. I lost my son in an airplane crash, and you're wearing the anklet that I gave him."
And then Blanca does that weird move where he kind of squats down and raises up his leg like a cat who's cleaning its asshole.
Right?
This anklet?
Classic Blanca. Idol's ending, someone claims that
You must be my son.
Billy.
You 2-headed interdimensional demon thing. I seriously doubt that, ma'am. But you're wearing the bracelets I got him. And Idol just smashes the bitch. That's it.
So it's a nice Street Fighter parody. It's also, I didn't think about this, I didn't make this connection till right this very moment. It's also a Double Dragon reference.
Billy and Jimmy. Nice.
Billy and Jimmy.
Nice. Yeah, we got that.
Yes! That's it. Show's over.
We got your number, Rare. But how... Facebook quiz rundown. I'm going to do a quick... I know what to talk a lot about.
You were talking about
I'm going to break
something.
this down.
Elements. Which element are you, Tyler?
I normally get water.
Okay.
Water being
what does that mean?
Your fluid, you go with the flow, but you can easily change when you're riled up to boiling over and hurt something or freeze over and turn your back on someone, which I have to say is pretty accurate of me.
Ass.
Yeah. Just an asshole element, water. Harry Potter house, I've taken a lot of those.
Yeah.
I typically get Ravenclaw. And then Game of Thrones house. Every quiz I've ever taken for a Game of Thrones house, I'm House Tully.
Tully, really?
Yep. Which I don't know a whole lot about House Tully. So I wasn't skewing my answers to House Tully. That's who I want to be. I'm Brendan Blackfish. Let's do this. But you haven't taken an Elements quiz yet.
I have not taken an element.
Do you want to share your results for Harry Potter Game of Thrones?
I don't feel like I've got the clout, the quiz clout that you do.
Okay.
Because I took my first Harry Potter quiz last night. And I got Gryffindor, which I don't think anyone's going to believe that. So
It's not what I would have guessed for you.
in the Game of Thrones, I got, well, I already told you. I was going to see if you could guess.
I probably wouldn't have guessed what you got. I might have said you were Lannister is what I probably would have guessed.
I took a second quiz and I got Lannister. I'm not rich enough to be a Lannister. Like, that should be number one question. Are you rich? Nope. Well, you're not a fucking Lannister. I don't know what you are.
That is silly.
I don't know what you are, but you're not a Lannister. But I got Tyrell on the first one, which was pretty much because they have questions on there that's like, do you like things that are pretty? I'm a graphic designer, so yeah, I love it when things look good. I like aesthetics a lot. So I'm like, yeah, do you appreciate art? Yeah, I've got a BFA. Yeah, I really appreciate art. So I'm not arguing. I just think it's a little weighted.
Because I asked our mutual friend Aaron Carpenter, who is one of the main editors for Song of Ice and Fire Wiki, to create a very in-depth, personalized, non-bullshit house quiz. So I'm looking forward to when he finishes that, and we'll get this house noble house matters settled.
Let me just say, you think I'm an evil fuck, don't you?
Tyrion is not an evil fuck.
Because not only have you pinned Slytherin on me, you've also pinned Lannister on me.
I Ravenclaw or Slytherin.
So what's up with that?
I'm gonna defend myself by saying
in the Street Fighter parallel, what am I, Vega?
no. I don't think you like to dance enough to be Vega. Can't stop anymore from dancing, climbing fences and dancing. I think you're cerebral and don't have a problem telling someone to fuck off when you mean it. There you go. Killer Instinct.
What?
Rather difficult game, especially Idol. You can't really use combos on Idol.
Idol is one hell of a fight.
We had to be really cheap to beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Just jumping back and forth, hitting him one hit at a time. No way you're getting a combo on him to knock him down twice.
No, but he will score that same combo on you. He has one killer combo.
He'll spam the 15, 20, 30 hit combos on you over and over and over. You have to keep jumping up in the air to avoid them. So the trick that we had to use was jumping on either side of him, one hit, one hit, one
Right.
hit, one hit. And that's not fun.
Yeah, although I feel like that may also be a fighting game trope that they're continuing. Because I know that's like fighting Goro in Mortal Kombat the first time, where it's just like, tried everything. I guess I'll just jump kick him 20 times.
Or use Sonya like our dads did. Use the Sonya Blade
Right?
pink projectile.
Ring toss.
The Sonya Blade ring toss to kill that 6-arm monster. We beat it on 2 different difficulty settings, and you just get mocked. The game just tells you suck after you beat it.
Specifically on easy. On easy, it doesn't even let you fight Idol.
Yeah.
You get right to him, and then it just pulls the rug out from underneath
Not
you.
that you do this. You suck. No thanks.
We beat Idol on normal,
Yep.
and it still gave us a shitty ending.
Yep. I had some short-lived fun playing through this game again. Mm-hmm. So it's. I feel like you mash up the great elements of Mortal Kombat, you mash up the great elements of Street Fighter, and you get a mediocre game. It's fun, has its highs, has its lows. I feel like it's
Yeah, it's mediocre to me today.
yeah.
So I have a hard time saying it's a mediocre game because I really, really liked this game when it came out. It was really impressive when it came out.
Yeah.
It did mash up a lot of things from Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, but it also had some stuff that had never been seen before. At least I don't think it had been. Like, each fight isn't broken into 2 rounds or best 2 out of 3. Mm-hmm. Each fighter has 2 life bars, and the first one to have both life bars depleted loses.
Yep.
It changes the dynamic up a little bit. If you have a really close fight and someone gets down to just a pixel left of life and kills the other opponent, it doesn't reset.
Yeah.
Like it would in a normal
that's
fighting
true.
game for round 2.
That is the strong point. That is nice.
We mentioned the combos are really heavy. I know automatic combos were something in this game. What I mean is each press of the button doesn't necessarily correlate to a hit. Like you get to, a punch, punch, kick, punch, and by those 4 presses, your character actually does 12 hits.
A huge flurry of moves.
And that goes back to what you were saying about how it feels satisfying when you unleash these combos. Mm-hmm. It's because they're relatively easy to pull off compared to some really technical
like the full circle directional pad twice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
And
but yeah, okay. Creative characters, good music, interesting fall system, but okay, all right.
I've got 2 little bits of trivia about this game. I already used one up that everyone knows, is that this game had a black cartridge. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, the arcade version was one of the first arcade stand-ups to actually have a hard drive. And that's where all the full motion videos were stored and the backgrounds were stored on this hard drive. And all the other information was stored in the ROM, where arcade games normally stored data, but they couldn't fit it all because there's so damn much stuff that they actually had to have a hard drive mounted in the cabinet.
So that explains why the arcade was so much better. Okay.
Yep.
And then Dave, I have a quiz for you.
You got a quiz?
The rare Tyler to Dave quiz.
Is it actually a rare quiz? I see what you did there.
No, I've been rare. Grumble. This quiz, I haven't quizzed you since JRPG or Florida.
I know.
So this one, Riptor or Reptar?
Reptar.
So Riptor, the dinosaur human hybrid, or Reptar, the giant Rugrats Godzilla character.
Right.
The parallel to Mickey Mouse in
I
their
like
world.
this. I like this a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna do well, but
So I'll make a statement,
okay.
and you tell me if that is Riptor or Reptar.
What if I say it vaguely?
You go
Reptar.
Doesn't count.
What if I-
Rip,
what if- Reptar.
Ripra. And clearly enunciate the rip or the rep.
Okay, I'm ready. You didn't ask if I was ready.
So-
You were just gonna
sure.
jump right in.
I've just kind of wait through, not wait 30 minutes after eating.
I'm ready.
Is part human.
Is part human?
Part human.
Trick question. It's a trick question, Tyler.
Is it?
Because Reptar is a human in a dinosaur suit.
In the Rugrats special, Reptar on Ice. That's true. That's true. Otherwise, he's animated.
Right.
But the character background, part human.
I'm gonna go with Riptor.
Correct. Riptor.
Yes. Okay. I'm ready for the second question, Tyler.
Has alternate fire-breathing form.
Okay. I've seen Riptor shoot a fireball from his mouth as one of his finishers, but he didn't change form. I don't recall Reptar ever breathing flames, but it's been a long time since I watched Rugrats. If I'd have known this quiz was going to be, I would have watched some Rugrats.
I know, I can't, gotta spring that shit on you.
Because I've seen Riptor shoot a fireball from his mouth, I'm going to have to ignore that and go with Reptar.
Correct.
Yes.
Reptar. Reptar.
George Costanza did that.
One of the first appearances of Reptar is Stu Pickles creating the Reptar wagon, which turns from Reptar into a wagon and breathes fire.
Man, this is going to be the most Reptar show notes I've ever seen.
Created by a biological engineer.
That's got to be Riptor.
It's Reptar.
That's got to be
That's
Riptor.
That's Reptar.
Because Joffrey hired the biological engineer to make them.
Improved upon by a mechanical engineer.
Well, it's got to be Reptar.
It is Reptar.
Gotta be
It is
Reptar.
Reptar. It's Reptar. Stu Pickles. Stu Pickles. Is a male.
Riptor.
Is Riptor. Reptar has no stated sex. Originally debuted in 1991.
Florida.
Florida.
Shit, JRPG. Originally debuted in 1991. Got to be Reptar.
Is Reptar.
Got to be Reptar.
Is Reptar. There is no secret Riptor game 3 years before Killer Instinct.
not like the Sub-Zero prequel.
Oh, God. Actions eventually caused dinosaurs to rule the earth.
That's Reptar. Yeah.
That is Riptor.
Riptor?
It is Riptor.
Oh, no.
That is Riptor's ending.
I never got Riptor's ending. I just assumed he chased some kids around in the kitchen.
Took their first human life at 4 years old.
That's a little dark for Rugrats. That's a little dark for Rugrats.
We've seen some fucked up storyboards for Rugrats.
Yeah, we have.
Because Glassky Kasupo's, he's actually kind of fucked up guy. We need to show notes. We'll tag Glassky Kasupo's other work.
Yeah. Speaking of, I know that episode of Rugrats where Reptar drowns that tiny person in his own semen.
Yep.
So, but that he was clearly 6 years old when he did that, not 4. So I'm gonna have to go with Riptor.
Yeah, he's Riptor.
Okay.
He's Riptor. Is voiced by Busta Rhymes.
What?
This is the final one of Riptor or Reptar. Is voiced by Busta Rhymes.
What the what?
Yep. Which one do you think it is?
Well, Riptor doesn't talk, right? I never heard him talk. Maybe he talks an arcade ending or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go Reptar.
It is Reptar.
What the fuck?
Busta Rhymes voiced Reptar.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's some knowledge for you.
Did you know that before you put the quiz together?
Nope.
Wow. That's like dropping the Uncle Phil as Shredder and Steve Urkel as Sonic the Hedgehog at the same time.
I did not know. I had heard about the Uncle Phil, didn't know Jaleel White
Yeah.
was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, you'll never think of a chili dog the same way.
That's pretty good. We got a lot of weird crossover knowledge for everybody.
Good. I'm glad you did that. It's been so long since we did a quiz. It was fun.
It's been so long since we talked about Reptar. It's been like 2 days
I
since we talked
know.
about
It's
Reptar.
way too long. It's been even longer since we talked about Busta Rhymes.
This is during his time with Flip Mode Squad. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either. It was,
Okay.
it was on the Wikipedia.
Well, I hope someone out
Tyler
there-
makes quizzes from Wikipedia.
I hope someone out there appreciates that. So what do you think? You ready to tell me how you feel about the
Yep.
things on your face?
Yep.
And my face?
Yep.
Hopefully it's not Reptar semen.
Hopefully. Can't Reptar or Riptor.
I specifically requested Riptor semen.
At least that's part human.
Center myself. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to take this game and manifest it into a welcome mat for your face, what kind of face mat would that be?
Are you familiar with the viral video Epic Beard Man?
Am I ever?
Epic Beard Man's beard is a very epic beard. I'm not giving this game Epic Beard Man's beard.
It gives him magical fighting powers.
I'm giving him the scraggly goatee of the man he beat the shit out of on that bus.
Okay.
So this is that guy's scraggly goatee. It's entertaining, but it's not. It's not really why you're there. It's it's so.
Call Amber Lamps.
Call Amber Lamps. God, that girl.
Okay. All right. So that's not great.
Yeah, not great.
I'd say that's maybe even worse than mediocre.
It's still part of a pretty entertaining video.
Okay. All right.
So it's necessary for the epic beard to have its epic beardness.
Okay. All right. What about the windshields that we wear on our eyes to help us avoid dangling possums? If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, Tyler, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give this, from the Muppets, Bunsen's pair of glasses.
Okay. I like those.
Where, Bunsen, he has no eyes. Mm-hmm. The glasses are not necessary.
Right.
They're simply there to serve the function of letting you know he's a smart scientist.
He is a scientist. Right.
So the glasses, they're there. They have a function, but they don't function as they should.
I'm a
They're
Tyrell,
okay.
so
They're
I
okay.
appreciate Bunsen putting form above function.
Nice. So one pair of Bunsen glasses.
Bunsen glasses. Okay, cool. Some people called us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to hear what they had to
You want to
say.
hear from them?
Uh-huh.
Our good buddy, faithful wolf fighter, Jacob called.
Oh, shit.
TADPOG, it's Jacob. So I wanted to be in town to be around and record the Killer Instinct podcast for you, but I wasn't able to do that. So I figured that the least that I could do is call in and ask a question and foster some discussion, because Lord knows there's not a lot of discussion to be had about the game itself. That's just my opinion, just one person's opinion. So first off, is there anyone out there who is following and tracking TADPOG statistics like Yuki's Mama references, wolf fighting references, etc., and so on? I feel like someone should be out there managing it. Blake is already counting number of times Earthbound is mentioned, so, here's hoping someone's out there paying attention. But the actual question is, I remember that it was being read as we were playing. One of the finishes, one of the storyline endings for one of the characters, Spinal, I believe, is that he's an actor. He ended up quitting the tournament fighting world of Killer Instinct and going off to become an actor. So, my question is, insofar as not professional tournament fighter, what profession do you think the Killer Instinct fighters should perform? Is Saberwolf a veterinarian because he knows that he can communicate with dogs better than the average person? Is Fulgor a sandwich artist at Subway? I don't know. I'm not. It's not my job to be clever and entertaining. That's up to you guys. So, anyway, great job. Love the show. Keep it up, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. First of all, Jacob, thank you for calling.
Yes.
We do appreciate it. Secondly, we wish you were here too.
He was there when we played through the game. Mm-hmm. He was going to record with us,
But last minute decided he doesn't like us.
Yep, said he hated us. Was
So
done.
I don't know, but he's our friend again because he called. So
Yep.
we're cool. That was a two-parter. I can't even remember the first question.
TADPOG statistics.
TADPOG statistics. Yes, actually, Blake counts everything. All right, next question.
The professions. So the professions of all the Killer Instinct people.
Can we pick one? Or do you want to do the whole roster?
We each do one. Well, some of them are given. Like Cinder is a criminal.
But-
Glacius is an alien.
Profession alien.
Profession alien.
Blood type A. Profession alien. Birthday December 25th. Weird.
Like Saberwolf, he's a baron, so clearly he's just a landowner. He has like his own fiefdom.
Or maybe his name is Baron.
Yeah, there we go.
Or maybe he is a she and is unable to provide his husband with a child.
Ooh. Oh, dark turn. And then maybe one day Lord Mike of Purdue can become Baron Mike of Purdue. One day.
Maybe.
One day.
If he's lucky.
Baron, you have to get through hell difficulty on Diablo to be able to be a Baron.
Inferno.
Or doesn't know it's hell on Diablo 2's when you're a Baron. You get the
I see.
Lady Lord Baron.
I've completely missed that reference. I did not play that much Diablo 2.
I played a lot of Diablo
I did not
2.
know there were titles.
I wore out my computer playing Diablo 2.
Is any of that saved anywhere? Like, is that on Battle.net or anything? Like, could you go back if you wanted to? And
I doubt it. Maybe in my mom's attic. Maybe they have that old compact Presario.
I like that
I can
everything
drag
is
out.
in your mom's
Everything's in my
attic.
mom's attic. If I think it's in my past, there's a small chance it could be in my mom's attic.
your mom's attic is like at the end of Indiana Jones when they've got all the relics and shit. That's your mom's attic.
Yep. It's that large.
Except they're all the crates just have Tyler stamped on it.
My brother didn't get shit in that attic.
Well, he's got the basement.
You don't go in the basement.
Okay, so what I'm curious is, what is Orchid's profession?
Florist.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Florists always have. death
Or
pennies.
a Streets of Rage model.
Okay, she's not a real bad girl.
She just says character
She's a
modeling.
semi-bad girl. I like the sandwich artist. I think you nailed it.
Yeah, Fulgor, clearly.
Fulgor is, yes,
He
clearly
can spread mayo with his claws very well, cut the sandwiches. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Riptor, obviously a Reptar understudy.
Okay, that's good. It's good. What he kept killing Rugrats, so they eventually had to replace him.
Oddly enough, they started killing when they were 4 as well.
One of the most fucked up things I saw on Reddit was the Rugrats reality, which was explaining that the entire thing of Rugrats was all in Angelica's head.
Okay.
Like she had everything, like Tommy had died in a car wreck when he was a baby, and everything, because Angelica is the only one that understands them. So it's all in her head. And even in her own mind, she's the villain. She loathes herself so much.
Rugrats Noir.
Yep. Other professions. What is Thunder?
Thunder's clearly a shaman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
clearly a shaman.
Clearly. Idol.
Idol. Well, he's a 2-headed cyclops. It gets kind of fuzzy there.
It's a porn.
So definitely
Fetish porn.
Well, I'm done naming professions because
Yep.
I feel like I'm pretty awful at this.
Yep.
Thanks for asking a really hard question, Jacob. We have another call
Yeah.
from Baron. I'm sorry, Lord Mike of Purdue.
Nice. Yeah.
TADPOG, it is Lord Mike of Purdue. Just wanted to Nance and visited the heaven hole. And I have to say, whoever was on the other side loves honey. Oh, just wanted to call and give you guys a shout. So you enjoy the show. Thanks for all the shouts. And keep up the good work. Thanks, guys.
You are very welcome, Lord Mike of Purdue.
Yes, thank you for calling. We've actually been waiting for you to call. We didn't want to say anything to you directly, but we're glad that you did. We're still waiting on the following people to call. Blake, where are you? We need to know where our numbers are.
Eerily silent, Blake Woods.
Come on, man.
Whenever he takes a trip back to see us in like 6 months, then he'll listen to all these shows at once and realize how
On
much
the
like,
way.
where the fuck are you, Blake?
We get increasingly more angry each episode.
Till he gets here and he's like, are you guys mad at me?
We're just telling dark secrets on Blake. Just the darkest, just the worst thing. They're not even true. They get to the point where they're not even true.
we're just saying shit people are just gonna believe because it's you, Blake. It's you, Uber heel Blake Woods.
You know who's on the other side of the Tadpog heaven hole? I heard it's Blake. So call us, Blake, and refute these claims.
But other than the calls, we got a lot of shout outs to roll through.
We do. I have a question before we do shout-outs.
Okay.
Do you have achievements for this go-round?
Shit. I didn't even think about achievements.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
it's a
man.
double improv.
All right, 1.
Okay? You already sound defeated. You just said,
You blew my
all right,
mind.
1.
Man,
It's like
all right.
first professions.
My
now
my
achievements.
first one. I'm gonna roll out 2, but first one.
Okay.
Full gore. Perform a 30-hit ultra combo with full gore.
Okay.
Full F-U-L-L.
And it-
gore, G-O-R-E.
It unlocks blood mode.
Blood mode.
Naturally.
And then for the second one, make them bounce. Win 10 perfect matches with Orchid to get her FMV of where her posing and jumping.
Okay. With her elf boobs.
With her weird
elf shoe boobs.
Whoever designed Orchid had not seen boobs yet,
Ever.
and had just assumed what they looked like.
I like to think 4 years later.
Let me go back.
They just happened to see boobs for the first time. Oh, God. Oh, I looked like an ass.
No wonder Rare's dead. Damn it.
All right. I've got an achievement. It's called Meme Starter. And in order to unlock the Meme Starter achievement, you have to perform 10 combo breakers.
Nice.
Because that's where this came from.
Yeah.
It came from Killer Instinct.
I think that's the most lasting impression Killer Instinct's made on the internet.
Perhaps the world. And let's see. I might not have another one in me. Okay. The next one is called, in case you haven't noticed, I start with the names.
That's the best way to do
I
it.
pick a name that I feel is pretty witty. Most of the time it's not, but that's okay. Our listeners are very forgiving, I've found. They still listen. It's called This Is Spinal Tap. And in order to unlock This Is Spinal Tap, you have to win 11. Do you see what I did there?
That's pretty good.
Do you see what I did? You have to win 11 consecutive matches
That's legit. That's legit. That would totally be one.
with Spinal.
Yep. 5 stars, Dave Moore. That was
So-
good. That was a good one. You're done.
That's it. I'm done. You're going to wrap the show up. I'll see you next
finish
week.
Up by myself.
I've also got... Oh, where are they now?
All right, let's do this.
We haven't done this in a long time because we've been repeating developers. I know you kind of already... You
What I
kinda
think.
know.
I predicted.
But we already covered Midway in a previous episode. I'm fairly certain it was the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 episode. So if you want to know where Midway is now, I can't help you. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to that episode. I'll link in the show notes. Have fun. Marriage Rapture. It's great. It's a lot better than this episode. If you're disappointed with this episode, go back and listen to that one. And remember how good it was. Rare, Tyler. Rare. Where are they now?
I believe Rare was devoured by another. Once their game's quality started slumping, because for a while they were the golden child of the gaming industry. Once their game started to slip, I believe they were bought up by someone else, and they started producing absolute shit till they're just all the good karma they had built up just dissolved. Because I remember the third in the Banjo-Kazooie series was just awful.
They did that. I didn't
break hearts.
Yeah.
Awful.
I never played any of those games.
That's neither have I. So I'm looking forward to when we get to the
As soon as
N64.
we're done recording, you're playing Banjo-Kazooie 3.
That's like as soon as being done with this, we can play some fucking Banjo-Kazooie.
I mean, I played Spirit Tracks. I gotta play all the shitty games. Do you recall who bought them?
I do not.
Who devoured them?
I do not.
Because you are right. In 2002, they were purchased by Microsoft. And after they were bought by Microsoft, they worked on titles like Kinect Sports and Viva Pinata.
Womp, womp, womp.
Viva Pinata, I will jump in Viva Pinata's corner because while not a game that I would go back and play, it had personality at least. I could see Rare in Viva Pinata. Still, Viva Pinata was no Battletoads, it was no Donkey Kong Country, or even a GoldenEye. It was none of those things.
Or a Killer Instinct.
No, although they should do a fighting game where it's pinatas. Why has that not been done?
Add to the list.
Why has the animal pinata fighting game not been done? It's the way you can make animals fight each other, and PETA can't say shit. They're papier-mâché.
The rare Dave Moore accent. You don't get a lot of those. And it has such for good fatalities of busting each other open.
I know.
Yeah. Trademark.
Yeah,
Pinata
really.
fighters.
We're serious. All the other ones you can actually do, except for Jacob fighting wolves. We really want that. But if you want to do the Captain Ron game, that's fine. I don't care. But Jacob fighting wolves in the pinata fighting game, those are tadpogs.
Along with Dead Titties or JRPG or GTFO.
Right, yeah. And those
Our
two
t-shirts,
shirts are
our
also
shirts.
trademarked. Those two quote-unquote T-shirts that I will probably never do.
Probably, but it's only a probably.
Only a problem.
It's not a not. It's
I tell you
probably.
what, I'll make you a deal. I'll do the T-shirts when you make one of the games. That sounds fair.
That's fair. That is fair.
You want to thank some people?
Yeah.
We can do that, I think. I think that's a good idea. It's a very Tyrell thing to do. Tully thing to do.
It's very Tully Tyrell. Tully and Tyrell is like I think the people on Twitter. Yeah, all those T's.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
So for promotion on Twitter, Nathan Garton, Laura Ammons, Tony, Earthbound reference, that is Jeff's best friend, Tony, Matt Barger, Lord Mike of Purdue, who had a birthday, I believe, last week. I know that because he shows up on my Facebook feed. So happy birthday a few weeks ago, Micah. And Jacob York. One more from Ingrid Roy.
Oh, Ingrid. Ingrid, we have gotten 2 messages from Ingrid Roy with a very simple question. Would you like to fuck?
Does she mean both of us? One of us? Either way, Ingrid, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wouldn't say either way because I don't want to be left out.
Okay. Perfectly both of us. We'll do the wiener smash. Let us know, Ingrid.
I mean, it could be simultaneous. It's fine. Whatever.
When your
It doesn't have to be.
When your botanist attains self-awareness, get back to us.
Yeah, you don't have death titties, do you, Ingrid Roy? Because you know I can't resist.
Shit just got risky.
You know I can't resist.
For iTunes review, Apex Stealth. Apex Stealth sounds like that guy has an enormous penis.
I would say so.
Simply 5-star enormous penis. Thank you, Apex Stealth.
Yes, thank you.
So if anybody wonders about Apex Stealth penis size, enormous.
Ingrid Roy, we're looking at you.
Yep. For Facebook shares, Josh Nance, Nicole Nance, Lord Mike of Purdue, Ramon Fergigo Castillo III, Meg Hahn, Link, Matt Barger, and Jess Dockery at Silk Street Post. And also, I promoted the show, so you listed me when we were reading off shares.
I did.
And I wrote down Tyler Null. There's a
Tyler
story
Null?
behind Tyler Null. And it's stupid when my wife complains that she has a headache. She'll like, oh, I've got a headache. I was like, why don't you take, the first time it worked, why don't you take some Tylenol?
You pull your dick out,
What's Tylenol?
and Tylenol is written on your dick in Sharpie at all times.
It's just simply Tylenol up in that ass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why don't you take some Tylenol up in that ass? There's your stinger.
She's really going to like how you said it worked the first time.
The first time, then she caught on. They're like, why don't you take some Tylenol? Why don't you take some?
We also want to give birthday wishes to Nicole Nance.
She's having a pinata party that we're going to attend tomorrow.
And if
Or
you're-
by the time you hear this, 4 days ago.
Right.
We made a request for sexy saxophone music.
Yes.
So we got it from Wiley Ammons and Mega Elixir.
Yes.
They're both good,
Yep.
so we're rather torn.
Yes. And not only are we torn, I'm lazy and didn't realize that by asking for something, well, I really wasn't counting on anyone to send something. So next time I ask for something that requires me to do work, please don't send it. Please.
So for voluntary game loaning, Tyler Dunnigan and I talked 4 or 5 times trying to get us Killer Instinct, but our time frames kept missing each other.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tyler Dunnigan, for trying to loan me that game. I appreciate it.
Where did you get it from?
Where did I get the game from?
Yeah.
Another buddy.
We played that on the Hypergate, didn't we?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Another buddy. What's his name?
Enter.
Internet. Mr. Turnett, may I please borrow your copy of Killer Instinct? Yes, the one in the black cartridge.
And then for feedback, the epic listener, Dennis Robinson,
Yes, thank you, Dennis.
John Turley, and Jacob York. And then, again, thanks for calls, Lord Micah Purdue and Jacob York. Micah, you're on your way one step closer to being a Baron.
Yeah, really. And if you want to be one step closer to being a Baron, yeah, you like that?
We can start giving out titles of Sir, Lord, and Baron to certain TADPOG people.
All you have to do for us to give you a title is call us and leave us a voicemail at 270-883-2555. That is the number next to the heaven hole. Remember it.
So thanks everybody for listening. You can find the show on iTunes or Stitcher, so you don't miss the next episode. We'll be talking about
IGN's 81st ranked Super Nintendo game, Superman: The Death and Return. We need to
The
find
Return and Death of Superman. It's a Superman
We need to
game.
find the real title of this game.
Something Superman.
Because I don't think that's something that we can actually let ride.
So where is the Superman? It's not the Atari version or the N64 version. It's the other one.
The Death and Return of Superman.
So while you're there, don't forget to subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, and write a review. Please, 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 please. Earth on Chrono Trigger.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't worry, we'll be back next week. In the meantime, if you can't wait for more TADPOG, you can leave us feedback on tadpog.com. And you can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/TADPOG. Our intro song, Tyler.
What is it?
It is a song called Moves.
Oh, okay.
It's by a guy named Sycamore Drive.
Okay. I think I've seen that before.
I bet you saw it on our show notes on tadpog.com.
And where I went to college. It's also a street.
Sycamore Drive.
Sit in the picture.
Stick around and listen to a Killer Instinct track. Special thanks to nerd hip hop artist High Octane for letting us use it. That's the show.
Killer Instinct.
I don't know how many of y'all play video games like I did, but I feel like a last boss right now.
So, no.
So you can just call me idle.
Ready. Fight on.
Play with me, I bring the heat. Burn it down like cinder. Set the game on fire. Leave your broken dreams as some embers. Monster loose when I hit the booth. Fuck around and get hit, boy. I've been the beast, tear you world apart. Left for dead, rip taught. Tell these niggas I don't play though. Ask your lady cause they know I fucked the ones they love the dick. Now they trying to kick it like J-Go. Step the ock, you got some balls and you must be a fool, boy. I know some niggas that'll splash you up. Leave you wet as a pool, boy. You scared now cause I want your head? Too bad, shouldn't have let me loose. Matter of fact, I don't need a pack. I'll lone wolf ya, saber wolf. Limit these niggas is the shit I spit. I don't miss for you, that's unfortunate. Kill the beat, let's grab a suit. Don't forget about the orchids, bitch. No, baby, I'm ruthless. Aim it, I shoot it, and excuse your thoughts like a hall pass for school kids. My name is not class, so don't test me, that's fine though. Cause these bars are hard and can break backs. Spinal, I'm X-Lax with a Nike. What I'm saying is I'm running shit. Call my T just to use them hard, cause mine's frozen. We the best with a big shovel. What I'm trying to say is I'll put you under. Put these bus drivers on you one time. Uppercut, DJ combo. Big cheese, nigga, you can call me Thunder. Niggas know the move when they see me coming. Say I'm the best, they like, gee, he done it. Track me, nigga, cause you see we run it. I'm killing my rivals, no hope for survival. I'm top notch, last boss. You can call me
Idol. Supreme victory. Continue. Game over.
Tyler not up in that ass.